Oh my God, you guys. I'm sorry. I can't believe that I'm finally doing it because this has been in my mind forever to start my own podcast. But, procrastination and yeah, life just happens and it took me some time to start. But today is the day. We are here. We are recording our first episode. So, this episode is just going to be a little introduction where I'm going to tell you what is this podcast going to be about. Then I'm going to tell you why actually I decided to start a podcast. I'm going to also tell you what episodes I already have scheduled and planned. And maybe I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself in case you're new here. But first things first, let me say hello to everybody. Whether you know me or you don't know me, I want to send you a heartwarming welcome. And yeah, just say that I'm happy that you're here, and I hope that you enjoy this podcast. If not, that's also fine because I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. So if I'm not your cup of tea, I hope that you're going to find your cup of tea. But if you are curious and if you want to give it a chance, yay! I hope that you like it and that you stay. Let's jump into it. What is the podcast going to be about? Well, the podcast name is Girls Talk. I just came up with this name because I realized that most of the things that I'm interested in and that I talk about is related to being a woman or female. And, obviously, I am a 32-year-old woman who's been through a few stuff and who is thinking a lot. So I was like, okay, let's just talk. I do that regardless with people. Sometimes I do it by myself. I write in my journal, and the range of topic is going to be enormous. One could say maybe random. So we are going to talk, of course, about dating. We're going to talk about drama. We are going to talk about going through heartbreak. We are also going to talk about entrepreneurship and starting your business from scratch, about being a multidimensional woman who is very educated and successful, but at the same time loves being sexy and doesn't fit into the society boxes. I'm also going to tell you a little bit about my experience of being a foreigner in the Netherlands and what I think about the Netherlands and things that I like and dislike about Dutch people and this country. So, yeah, whatever it is that will come across my mind, I'm going to discuss. And I am going to do solo episodes, but also sometimes I am going to invite guests and we are going to do a little interview sometimes. Sometimes we're just going to chit chat with my friends and you guys can be our besties who be listening. So, just like a little bit of a loose format, we're just going to connect through yet another way because of course I also have my YouTube channel and Instagram where I am very connected to my subscribers. But yeah, so that's what the podcast is going to be about. Maybe you're asking yourself, girl, why do you want to start a podcast? And the reason is very simple, to be honest. I just really hope that maybe me sharing my stories or talking about certain things that I have thought about could maybe inspire some people or help them, or at least help them to relate. So that is basically the reason. And, I've been doing it for years already anyways. I talk a lot on my Instagram stories and I also speak sometimes on my YouTube channel. And I just love the positive impact that it has on people. And I was like, hey, let's add another thing to all of this and let's just do a little podcast. It's a tryout. Maybe I'm going to hate it. Maybe it's going to be too much on my plate because I do already a lot, but maybe I'm going to enjoy it. That's the feeling that I have. And yeah, maybe you will enjoy it as well. So let's just see how it goes. And that brings me actually to another thing that I probably should tell you, which is how often am I going to post the episodes? Well, in a perfect world, an ideal scenario, I would love to upload an episode a week. Let's see how it goes. I really would love to be consistent because I also believe that consistency is the key to success. But I don't want to put too much pressure on myself at the moment because, I'm doing so many things. So I'm trying to be a little bit more relaxed and go with the flow. But again, in the ideal world, I think it would be nice to post an episode every Tuesday because my Google research said that weekends are not the days. So yeah, that's basically it about the podcast. And if you're asking yourself, who am I because you're new here or you're just curious about how would I introduce myself? Well, hi, my name is Nicole and I am a 32-year-old girl who was born in Poland but lives in Amsterdam, I think 14 years already. And I'm a professional dancer. I've been dancing since I was 4, and I've done a lot of things, but I also graduated from the university. I have a communication and media degree. And right now, I am focusing on growing my femme confidence brand, representing, which is all about women empowerment, connecting with their feminine energy through the art of dance. So I organize events in Amsterdam. I also organize retreats. I also have an online platform with tutorials and online classes, and I regularly teach dance classes and workshops. So that's basically what I do. I also have my merch, and yeah, I'm just trying to reach as many women as possible and encourage them to explore their sensual goddess. And yeah, that's basically what I live for. Next to this, I really love traveling like everybody else. Of course, I really love hanging out with my friends, but I'm a sport fanatic, so I also really love exploring new sports. I play tennis, I also really like to swim. So that's a little bit about me. So I hope that answers your questions that you might have when it comes to my personality and my persona. I think that is a good, not too long, a little episode where I'm announcing the podcast coming. And I already mentioned it, but just in case you didn't listen, the episodes that I already have scheduled are very random. Don't expect certain like consistency when it comes to the topics. I kind of just want to keep it natural. So the episodes that I have already in my mind and I have prepared is things that I like and dislike about the Netherlands and Dutch people. Controversial. And I'm going to speak also to you about dealing with heartbreaks because, girl, I am a professional when it comes to this. I've been heartbroken so many times and I'm still standing. So I believe that that itself already makes me a professional when it comes to dealing with heartbreaks. So those are the episodes that I'm going to release first, and then you'll see what's going to come up next. So yeah, I'm going to upload the first episode right away after this one. So if you enjoyed my introduction and you're intrigued and you would like to listen to my first episode, go ahead and have a little listen. And for now, I'm gonna let you go, sending you lots of kisses, and I speak to you next time. Bye.